Hello, brothers and sisters. I want once again to welcome you back to another new lesson. Remember, we have covered a lot just from the very beginning of the first module, and I wish to encourage you to continue watching the videos from the first module up to the last video lesson of the second module. And I also want to bring to your attention that in sign language, it's very necessary to have some skills, more especially communication skills, that will help us to carry out interpretation. Of course, with the communication skills, you'll be able to comprehend and understand information the way it comes from a speaker. Now, this lesson is all about the manual skills. The manual skills are necessary in sign language, and we say that manual skills are required in order for a person to be proficient in terms of signing. So you require these skills for you to be able to be a perfect sign language interpreter or communicator. So without the manual skills, my brother, my sister, it will be very hard or difficult for you to carry out either communication or interpretation, of course, using the signs. So the manual skills are very important. So remember, these skills are grouped into two. We have what we refer to as receptive skills and expressive skills, which we are, of course, going to discuss in the next lessons, each of them independently. But more importantly, I want you to know that when it comes to manual skills, remember, this is the use of ability to communicate, as I've said, through visual stimuli, of course, such as finger spelling and use of signs, of course, not forgetting the body language. So it's very important as the sign language interpreters or sign language tellers that we equip ourselves with the necessary skills to be able to be proficient in, of course, terms of interpretation and communication. So as we start the next two lessons, of course, about the receptive and expressive skills, I want to ask you that you take your time to listen, to watch, and to practice exactly the skills I'm going to give you, so that you are able in the future, and not only for the purposes of linking the deaf community and the hearing community, but as a virtue of carrying out a service, of course, God's work, so that we are able to bring about inclusion in the society. So as we prepare to take the next two lessons, I want to encourage you again that it's very important as an interpreter that you use all means possible to acquire all the necessary skills that will give you each time when it comes to interpretation and communication. And sign language, as I said during introduction, that it's a language just like any other language. So what's important and what's expected of us is that we have to create our own time in order to be fully involved in, of course, learning and acquiring of this language. So as I've said, these manual skills are very important, that to keep the person to have the necessary ability both to interpret and to communicate with the deaf community. So see you in the next lesson.